What's up? Let's talk about something. Let's talk about sports. In the United States, is sports a monopolistic business? All over the world, other countries want to come to the United States and play sports in either baseball, which you have a lot of Hispanics, Cubans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, basketball, a lot of Chinese and Japanese players. The elite, the good players come from overseas, over the Pacific to play for the NBA, and then you got football, which is basically American football, which is basically an American sport, which basically has a lot of players that are born, raised, and bred in the United States. But let's talk about one sport that the United States doesn't have a foothold in. And when I say a foothold, I mean you have an NBA, which is the most prestigious basketball league on the planet, besides the Olympics. You have the NFL, which is the most prestigious American football league on the planet, and then you have baseball, the MLB, and then you have the NHL, hockey, which are all in their own rights the most prestigious, prolific sporting companies, which have teams in the whole world of this earth. But it's one sport which is team based and ownership based, where you have to get a invitation to get a seat at the table to become an owner, that the United States does not have a threshold on. When I went to San Jose, Costa Rica the first time, it was funny and it opened my eyes. And then the second time I went, it was during the, I guess they whatever the World Cup or the Super Bowl for regular football, soccer. It comes to my mind, and I realized something. I said, wait, out of all of these sports, soccer is the only sport that the United States does not have its hands around its throat. See, soccer, every other country has a team that plays against each other, whether it's Brazil, Jamaica, China, Australia, Germany, any other country you think of, you can name it, they have a soccer team that competes on a world form, a world stage. Do you understand? Does that make sense? And the United States they do have a team, but their team is not as significant as any other team that's in the world. England has a team. Every country has their own team. But you would see that in the United States, soccer is the only sport that is not A, monopolized, B, not so famous. And you got to realize we live in the United States, which is a country built off of immigrants. So all of these other countries, whether it's like I say, Mexico, Germany, whatever, have people that live here and have people that were raised and grown up around the natural football, soccer, which is literally real football, because I had an Ethiopian girl that at my job, at my old job, and she said, how can they call it football? They use their hands, which is true. So I want to ask y'all the question. What do you think about soccer in the United States? Is it a sport that the United States of America cannot monopolize? They can't sell it on a grand scale how they sell football, basketball, baseball, and hockey? Is it something that, due to the fact that every other country has their team, and all these countries and these teams join together for the World Cup, which is a huge event, which is huge. It's something like, I would put the World Cup on the level of the Olympics, because it joins so many other countries together to compete against each other in just one sport. To my knowledge, maybe rugby and cricket might be the only other type of sports, but soccer is so much on a high level that it competes on a worldly globe, a worldly stage. besides the Olympics, I think soccer is the only thing that you could say that, other companies compete for the championship. And within each country, they have different teams. Like England might have 3 or 4 teams. Brazil might have 3 or 4 teams. The United States might have 2 teams. But in the United States, I don't know if they can't sell it, they can't market it, due to the fact that it's a worldwide sport, that they would have to get permission from other countries or get the green light from other countries to endorse certain products. But in my mind, I just realized, you look at ESPN, they'll show anything. They'll show the World Series of poker, golf, tennis, basketball, football. They, in the past maybe 5 to 10 years, they have just started playing broadcasting soccer. It might come on at 3 o'clock in the morning because other countries are in other different time zones, and if they go live at 3 o'clock in the morning here, might be 1 o'clock in the afternoon in the designated country that they're playing in. So the question is asked: do you think soccer will ever hit a grand stage in the United States as it is worldwide? I appreciate y'all looking at the video. If you can't, give it a like, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to my blog, and I hope to hear from y'all. Peace.